A Sports. It's in the game.
1860, the year of the very first Open Championship. The world had yet to learn of the light bulb, the phonograph, the automobile, and the airplane. But this championship began and flourished. Through the decades, its list of winners reads like a who's who of golf. Morris, Jones, Hogan, Player, Palmer, Nicklaus, Watson. What would it mean to claim golf's oldest prize? We're about to find out. This is the Open Championship.
EA Sports, in conjunction with the R&A, present the final major championship of the year. Today, it's opening round coverage of the Open. We've got a full field ready to get rolling on this Thursday as we get a look at the early leaderboard. And the leader is South Korea's K.H. Lee. He's off to a 4-under start. The first at Royal Liverpool, a tough one right out of the gate. A dogleg left at 459 yards. Pot bunkers are a feature of so many of these courses here in the UK, and you'll find 7 of them here on number 1. 2 left and 2 right of the driving zone, and another 3 that front this long and narrow green.
Rough off the tee, straight out of the gate. That's interesting. So much will depend on the lie.
So some early trouble to work out of this, his second from the right rough. Okay, on the putting surface, but work to do from there. Down to Iona, this for birdie.
Well, they often say it's the toughest putt in golf. There's not a lot to it. I think you can take dead aim.
Well done. That is in for a par here at the first. And he'll stay at level par. The second at 453 yards. This is a tough hole. Precision is a must off the tee because the landing area is a small one and features 3 very penal bunkers. The green is also well protected with 3 more bunkers, and the putting surface itself is anything but flat. Well, that is right, and that could be trouble. Oh, and that one nosedives right into the thick stuff. That could be problematic, to say the least. But we've got to be careful not to catch the hosel here as he lines up his second. This could be a good one.
It was a good shot coming in here. I know it's a little long, but still inside that 10-foot circle is always good, and even money, really, to make birdie.
Wow, this would be some 3 right here. Yeah, well done. It's a birdie here at the second. The third, par 4 at 426 yards, is visually one of the toughest on the course. Its main feature is the internal out-of-bounds that frames the right side of the fairway. In the 2023 Open Championship, some golfers have laid back with a driving iron Others tried to bomb it over the corner and give themselves an advantage. Playing safe out to the left, however, does bring some thick rough into play. And that's going to wind up a little straighter than the first two drives. It's in the fairway here at 3. Good chance to get one in close from here. This, his second. Oh, how about the touch right there? Very well done.
Hard to do much better than that. It was nearly perfect.
So that safely in. It's a par here at the 3rd. And he'll remain in red figures at 1 under. The last of the consecutive par 4s to grace this front side is this one, the 367-yard 4th. It's the shortest of the 4 by a considerable margin. Most golfers should be able to cover the fairway bunkers and be left with just a short iron in. Nope, that wasn't the right line, and he'll pay the price as this ball gonna run off the fairway and into the bunker. The tee shot collected here, now a short one for his second. All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play. This one measures out to 15 feet. That had a pretty good line, very close to going in. Okay, that one finished off. It's a par here at 4, and he'll remain at 1 under par. You gotta feel like you're losing ground if you do not take advantage of the par 5 fifth at 520 yards. This was the easiest hole at the 151st Open, with a total of 200 birdies made here through the 4 rounds of the championship. Oh boy, that has started way left. Ooh, and that went straight down. That's going to be tough from there. Had half the equation on that shot, the distance. Not quite the accuracy. Missed it. Hair to the right.
Yeah, not quite a foul ball. Kept it in the ballpark, and, well, let's see how good you can chip.
A dead-on look here for birdie. A good read. It's a birdie here at 5. The first par 3 of the round is here at the 201-yard 6th. 2 pot bunkers left and 1 right of the green are to be avoided at all costs. Now a delicate little chip here for his second.
It's been a good start to the round and more evidence there. Beautiful touch from around the green.
Safely in for par here at the 6th, and he'll stay at 2 under. The 7th now at 481 yards, a par 4. Hot bunkers left and right are definitely in play off the tee. Even if you end up in the fairway, the second shot is a demanding one, partially blind over a large tract of gorse and potentially 2 pot bunkers left.
Too strong for this hole, eh? Ran out of fairway and into the rough. Big hit, though.
Here at 7, this is second from off the fairway.
And that ball looked very good in the air. Just doesn't quite finish up that near to the flag, but still on the green.
We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
Yeah, and this doesn't have a lot in it. Might just be slightly uphill with very little break.
Yeah, that's a pretty good putt. Just a little bit off the mark. Yep, well done. That's in for par here at 7. And he'll stay right where he is. On to the 8th, a par 4 at 436 yards. It features a familiar refrain: avoid the pot bunkers and the tall gorse. Doing so with your drive should leave a short iron in to a green protected by 1 bunker left and 2 to the right. That ball went straight down into the heavy rough. The lie is not a friendly one, but still a chance to get on in 2 with a good shot here.
Now, that's not a bad shot, and the reason why I say that, you see the lie, thick, heavy rough, just to forge that one out and get it on the green. Good going.
Well, this one is looking good. Could it be? Tell you what, lag putting, such an underrated part of the game, and that is well done there. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he'll remain right where he is. The 9th hole at 218 yards of par 3. Bunkers front, left, and right protect a fairly narrow green that features more than its share of humps and hollows. Okay, that one's dancing. Look here at birdie.
There is a sneaky bit of break from left to right on this putt, but don't overdo it.
Pretty good read there. Definitely good speed, and it just skips a foot or so by. Okay, that's in for his par here at the 9th. And that finishes off a strong front 9. It's a 33, 2 under par. The back 9 here at Royal Liverpool kicks off with a long one at 507 yards. It's a par 4. The landing area is a tough one to navigate. It's narrow, has mounds, and it has thick rough left and right. Up near the green, the bunker front and right is incredibly deep and must be avoided at all costs.
That got a fortunate bounce. That'll be just fine. And that ball looked good in the air. You'd like it to be a little closer, but still inside 40 feet. Just going to have to be careful with the lag putting.
Got it there, but not quite on target. So that's in for par to start this backside. And he'll stay right where he is. The 11th runs along the beach to the left, and this is a tough driving hole, a par 4 at 392 yards. The short length will likely entice most to air it out, but the more prudent play might be a 3-wood or an iron, because the small landing area gets tighter the further down the fairway you travel. That is straight into the thick stuff. Pretty shaggy lie here as he'll try to muster up something for his second.
A little chip shot does not need to be hit that hard.
You could see that grass just kind of grab the club face, and it's going to wind up just okay. Now, from long range, this for birdie. He might like this one. He might really like it. Tell you what, lag putting such an underrated part of the game, and that is well done there. So that brushed in for par here at 11, and he'll remain right where he is. The 12th at 449 yards is a dog-leg left par 4. Those that try to chew off too much of that dog-leg could find themselves in trouble if they're unable to carry the course. The approach will be to an elevated green that slopes fairly severely from back to front. Oh, that's not going to be good.
Inexcusable.
And that will be quite a challenge from there to get away with his par.
If he can make this, I'll just take it and run to the next hole.
No, I think he knew it right when it left the putter face. Didn't get that far enough out to the right. So a tough hole. That's in for bogey at 12. And he'll fall back to 1 under par. The 13th is a par 3 at 194 yards. It yields another panoramic look at Hilbury Island and the estuary beyond. But this could be a tricky little hole. Tee shots that land in that front right pot bunker rarely lead to a par. Yeah, that one came in a little hot. It's safely on, but it'll be a long look coming up. This would be a big bonus if it went in, more than likely just trying to get this one close. Yeah, that's a pretty good putt. Just a little bit off the mark. Okay, safely in for par here at 13. And he'll stay right where he is. The 14th is a dogleg left, par 4 at 454 yards. Ideally, your drive should stay as close to the dogleg as possible, but middle of the fairway is just fine if it can avoid any of the 4 pot bunkers in the landing zone. The green, thankfully, is bunker-free, but it does fall off somewhat sharply to the right.
While there's good bounces, there's bad bounces. That was a good one.
So after a well-placed drive, this his second from short range. All right, that's a board, but a lot of green between ball and hole. This for birdie now at 14.
Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of break in this overall. Distance very important. It might be one of those putts. Hit it firm, you take the break out altogether.
Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. The 15th is the longest hole on the course, checking it at a full 620 yards. The fairway is fairly generous by Royal Liverpool standards, though it does feature bunkers left and right. The issues tend to develop on the second shot, where you'll need to commit one way or the other to going for it or laying up. Yeah, good swing and a good result, as that is safely into the fairway. And that is going to be tough in there. That is into the heavy stuff.
And for a short little shot, the heavy rough certainly makes things more difficult because the rough gets between the club face and the ball. But not bad, all things considered.
The putter on point late here in the round. Birdies at 14 and 15. And he's got it to 3 under now, just 2 back. The final 3-hole stretch begins with the par 4 16th at 461 yards. Most players should be able to move their tee shots beyond the 3 fairway bunkers, but more await up toward the green, 5 of them in total.
Oh, that was 50-50 off the tee. Rough, fairway. I guess it was more than 50-50. Fairway's fine.
A good break got him here, now his second to the par 4.
Well, the ball is on the green. That's about all I can say with that. With a short wedge in hand, you'd expect that certainly be much closer than that.
Surprised he's not taking driver out for this one. Is a long ways away, though it is for birdie. Yeah, you really got to put a charge into it up that slope, and that is fairly well done. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16, and he'll stay at -3. Now to one of the more visually stunning holes on the course, the par 3 17th at 136 yards. This has everything you want in a classic par 3, and a lot that you don't. including steep runoffs, deep bunkers, and a tricky green to putt on. Okay, a little hesitant there, understandable, and he'll have that left for a birdie. This would be a big bonus if it went in, more than likely just trying to get this one close. Yep, not bad. Had to put a little extra into that one, but got it there. That's a pretty good effort. No problems there. That's a par here at 17. And he'll remain right where he is. Now to the closing hole at Royal Liverpool, the 609-yard par 5 18. This hole confounded some of the best in the world during the 2023 Open, including Ricky Fowler and Justin Thomas. Tee shots need to avoid the internal out of bounds to the right. Many wound up playing up and taking the danger out of play. Those who try to reach this green in two can often wind up in one of two deep pot bunkers, short and left. Boy, a good round going here on this Thursday, and that another fine effort off the tee. Oh dear, that looks thick in there.
And for a short little shot, the heavy rough certainly makes things more difficult because the rough gets between the club face and the ball. But not bad, all things considered.
That's a good putt there. It's a birdie at 18. And this will be an opening round, 67 on the scorecard. Well done. One last look at the leaderboard, Frank. Our featured golfers down, but not out after day one.
Yeah, they might have to take standing 8, though, or hit the reset button. This can easily go the wrong way very quickly. Tomorrow, important round.
So, for Frank Nobilo, Noda Begay III, and Iona Stephen, I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time on EA Sports PGA Tour Golf.